The door was lighter than I remembered. 5 years of imagining this moment, and it swung open like I'd never left. My mother was first. She looked up from the kitchen table, phone in hand, and for half a second something flickered across her face. Then it was gone. "You're early." That was it. No embrace, no "how have you been?" Just the quiet accusation of inconvenience. My father emerged from the living room, newspaper folded under his arm like a weapon. He looked at my uniform, creased, standard issue, nothing decorative, and his eyes moved past it to the wall behind me. "Did you eat?" "On the train." Silence. 3 people in a room who used to be family, now just strangers with matching blood types. My sister came down the stairs barefoot, still in her work clothes, scrolling through her phone. She glanced up, registered me, and her mouth curved into something slow and ugly. Well, the hero returns." I said nothing. She circled me once theatrically, then pointed at the collar of my shirt, the rank insignia, small, unimpressive to anyone who didn't know what it actually meant. "That's it. 5 years and that's who managed it." She laughed, but it was sharp, meant to cut. "I thought you'd at least come back with something shiny. Instead, you look like you clean toilets for a living." My mother didn't correct her. My father shifted his weight but stayed silent. "You know who I ran into last week?" My sister leaned against the door frame, enjoying herself. "Megan's brother. He did 4 years and came back a captain." "Captain." His parents got a front porch flag and everything, and she waved at me dismissively. "Walk in like nothing." My father finally spoke. "She has a point. We told you not to enlist. Now you're back with nothing to show for it." Nothing to show. I felt the weight on my chest. Not anger. Just the familiar pressure of holding everything down. 5 years of things I couldn't say. Operations that didn't exist. Places that weren't on maps. People who would never come home. I looked at my mother. She wouldn't meet my eyes. "I'm going to put my bag in my room," I said. "It's storage now," she replied. "We needed the space. You can sleep on the couch." I nodded, set my bag down by the wall, sat on the edge of the couch cushion. My sister was still watching me, waiting for a reaction. When none came, she shrugged and went back to her phone. The afternoon passed in fragments. My mother asked about train delays. My father mentioned a leaky faucet like I was still the one who fixed things. My sister scrolled and snorted at videos she didn't share. Then the doorbell rang. My mother answered. 2 police officers stood on the porch. She turned to look at me, and for the first time all day, there was something alive in her expression. Satisfaction. "They're here for you," she said. Not a question. My sister appeared behind her, phone already recording. Finally, something interesting. The officers stepped inside. One of them, young buzz cut, fresh out of the academy, opened his mouth to speak. I held up one finger. He stopped. My father started to say something, but I ignored him. I just sat there, hands resting on my knees, and waited. 45 seconds. My sister kept filming. My mother crossed her arms. My father looked between me and the officers, confused by why they weren't moving. Then another vehicle pulled up outside. Heavy engine. The kind that doesn't belong to civilian traffic, boots on the walkway. The door opened wider. He filled the frame without trying. 4 stars on each shoulder. Dress uniform. Face that had been on news broadcasts and behind closed doors in places most people didn't know existed. The room went still. My sister's phone lowered slightly. My mother's arms uncrossed. My father's mouth opened, then closed. The general walked past them like they were furniture, stopped 3 feet in front of me, drew himself up, and saluted. Not a quick one, not a formality. A full, deliberate salute held long enough for everyone in that room to understand exactly what they were seeing. I rose, returned it, held his eyes. When we lowered our hands together, he spoke loud enough for all of them to hear. They wouldn't let me wait outside. Said protocol required local escort. His voice was tired, worn down by decades of hard decisions. My apologies for the disruption. I shook my head once. "No apology necessary, sir." He glanced at my family, at my sister's phone still recording, at my mother's frozen face, at my father who suddenly looked very small, then back at me. "The car's outside. We need to debrief. After that, you've got 30 days, wherever you want to go." I nodded, reached down for my bag. My mother found her voice. "Wait, what is this? What's happening?" The general looked at her. Just looked. He didn't need to say anything. I walked toward the door, past my sister, whose phone arm had dropped to her side, past my mother, who reached out like she might touch my sleeve but stopped short, past my father, who finally understood that the newspaper he was holding meant nothing. At the threshold, I paused, not to look back, just to adjust my grip on the bag. Then I stepped outside into the evening air, and the door closed behind me.